What's up YouTube, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and welcome to the detailed speed test SuperSaf style between the iPhone X versus the Google Pixel 2 XL. So in the usual style, we'll be looking at benchmark scores, then camera launch, and then moving on to some regular social apps, then some games, and finishing off with RAM management. Now both devices have been updated to the latest software version available at the time of this video, and both devices also have a high resolution, but you are working with more pixels on the Pixel 2 XL. It'll be interesting to see if this will have an effect on the actual performance. And if you want to customize the look of your iPhone X or Pixel 2 XL like I've done here, then definitely check out our sponsor for this video, Dbrand Skins. I'm going to be leaving a link to them in the description below. Now kicking off with Geekbench scores, for those of you interested to see, the iPhone scores quite a bit higher both in the single and multi-core areas, and we'll see how much this translates to real world performance. Now for camera launch, using the quickest method to launch both cameras, both super quick, but if you slow this down, it looks like the iPhone was ever so slightly quicker compared to the Pixel. Now moving on to the app test, you can see that we've got no other apps open in the background on either devices. We're starting off with Twitter, which did load up faster on the Pixel 2 XL. Going into my notifications, pretty much neck and neck. Moving on to Instagram. That was very close, maybe a tad quicker on the Pixel, and opening up my profile was quick on the iPhone. Opening up an image was slightly quick on the Pixel, but we did have an animation on the iPhone. Moving on to the Pages Manager, that was slightly quicker on the iPhone. And now YouTube. Quicker on the Pixel. Playing a video, also quick on the Pixel. So very close so far. Let's move on to the games. Now you can notice this timer here at the bottom, and that's going to tell us exactly how long each of these take to load up these games. We're starting off with Angry Birds 2, which does load up faster on the iPhone and comes in about a second later on the Pixel. Moving on to Mario Run. Quicker on the iPhone, but only by a split second playing the game. Quicker on the iPhone again, but only ever so slightly, so very close so far. Moving on to Sonic Dash. Quicker on the iPhone again, but very close. Playing the game again, quicker on the iPhone, but very close. Moving on to Temple Run 2. Yep, iPhone. And this time comes in a couple of seconds later on the Pixel. We'll play the game and let's move on to Subway Surfers. iPhone again. Comes in a couple of seconds later on the Pixel. And now moving on to Dead Trigger 2. Very quick on the iPhone. And a few seconds later on the Pixel this time, playing the game. And it is the iPhone again. Pixel comes in about 5 seconds later, so it looks like the gap is increasing between loading times as we load more and more games up. Now we're going to move on to Asphalt 8. Very quick on the iPhone. About 5 seconds later, so it took twice the amount of time on the Pixel. And our final game here, Real Steel. We have loaded up quite a few games, but this is mainly to test the RAM management later. iPhone, and a few seconds later on the Pixel. And we're going to play the game. And yet again, it is the iPhone. So for all of the games, the iPhone was quicker. Now we're going to test that RAM management, so we're going to go on to Asphalt 8. That's still in the same place on both devices. Dead Trigger 2. Still open on both. Subway Surfers. Yep, still the same on both. Temple Run 2. Okay, Temple Run 2 does have to reload on the Pixel. It is still open on the iPhone, and we can resume it there as well. Now we're going to play the game here on the Pixel just to make things fair. And now we're going to move on to Sonic Dash. Aha, it does need to reload completely on both devices. Now Mario Run also has to reload completely on both devices. So it looks like 4 to 5 games is the max that you can keep open before both of them start closing off earlier apps. Angry Birds 2 once again does have to be reloaded on both devices. Now let's have a look at some of the regular apps to see if those are still open. YouTube still open on the iPhone. It does have to refresh on the Pixel, although it is in the same place. Moving on to Pages Manager, has to reload on both completely. Instagram, now we're in the same place on the Pixel, but it has to completely reload on the iPhone. And finally Twitter, in the same place on the Pixel and also in the same place on the iPhone, although it did have to reload. So some very interesting results here. When it came to regular social apps, it was a bit of a draw, with some wins going to the Pixel and some wins going to the iPhone. But when it came to games, they did all load up faster on the iPhone. Now this may be partly because we are working with a high resolution on the Pixel 2 XL, so it does have to deal with more pixels. Now when it came to RAM management, neither of these are great, but the iPhone did keep one more game open compared to the Pixel. Now this isn't something we're used to seeing on previous versions of iOS as well as Android, so it looks like because both of these are running the latest versions, they still need some time to be completely optimized. And we can redo this test in maybe a month's time. Let me know if you'd like to see that in the comments below. Also let me know what you thought of this test and the results. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe and switch on notifications. We've got lots more content coming up on here. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on Super Saf TV, and I'll see you next time.